There are two prime scenarios which could lead a pilot into a Nordo or no radio flight. The first is an aircraft which begins the flight with a functioning two-way radio, but experiences radio communication failure en route to a controlled or uncontrolled airdrome. This aircraft is now operating Nordo, although that was not the pilot's original intention. The second scenario is an aircraft which does not have a functioning two-way radio, flown by a pilot who fully intends to begin and end the flight under Nordo regulations. This segment will deal with the second, intentional scenario. However, the same regulations and procedures apply to the pilot who has suffered a communication failure en route. A Nordo flight commences like any other, with weather and NOTAM checks if available. Bear in mind that the destination airdrome may not offer METARs or TAFs, so it's important to locate the closest weather observation and forecast site in order to gain as clear a picture as possible of the conditions that you may encounter. Ascertain the field level for your destination airdrome prior to departure. This can be found in the Canada Flight Supplement, or if not listed, field elevation can be determined by looking at local area VNC VFR navigation charts and finding the closest maximum elevation figure. Once en route, there'll be no way to determine the current altimeter setting of the destination airdrome. But if you check prior to departure the altimeter setting from other reporting stations in the same general area as your destination, you can learn if you're flying into a lower or higher pressure region. If the pressure is lower, your altimeter will read higher than your actual altitude. If the pressure is higher, your altimeter will read too low. So be aware that you may be sharing the circuit with aircraft whose altimeter settings may be different, and once you arrive, look for other aircraft in the circuit that may be slightly above or below your altitude. If the airdrome has an identifier, it's probably listed in the Canada Flight Supplement. Acquainting yourself with circuit procedures, local terrain, obstacles, and special activities like skydiving or glider towing before arriving in the vicinity of the destination airdrome will prepare you for any potentially dangerous, unexpected surprises. While you're at it, because you'll be operating in and out of a non-radio controlled environment, be sure to refresh your memory on the right-of-way regulations that apply in Nordo situations. Specifically, a powered aircraft shall give way to a glider, balloon, an aircraft with something in tow, or a helicopter with a slung load. If two aircraft are converging, each aircraft will give way to the right. Avoid overtaking an aircraft in the circuit, but if it's impossible to avoid, do so on the right and far enough away from the other aircraft so as not to pose a danger to navigation. Never cut inside another aircraft while in the vicinity of an airdrome. And if two aircraft are on approach to the same runway, the lower aircraft has the right of way. These are just the main items of importance to a Nordo pilot. Full information can be found in your AIM under section RAC 1.10.